374.
Thank you for calling the Office of State Representative David Cook. How can I help you?
Yes, I'm calling the representatives on the Sharia Free Texas Caucus. Uh,
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
do you or anyone in your office understand the only written guarantee in the U.S. Constitution?
I'm sorry, you broke up, sir. One more time.
Do you or anyone in your office understand the only written guarantee in the U.S. Constitution?
As in,
Article 4, Section 4, right after the judiciary articles.
um, we are familiar. Yes, sir.
And that is a protection against invasion of our rights.
Yes.
How are we applying that to the Sharia problem that we are having right now?
I know that that's an issue that will be. I know a lot of legislators right now, including Rep. Cook, are very concerned about that. And I know that that's an issue that will be absolutely taken up in the 90th legislative session come
Okay, wait a
January of
minute.
2027.
Do we need? uh,
I'm sorry?
we can't write legislation on laws that are already written, so it doesn't require a bill. It just requires action and making others in the federal and the presidential aware of the duty to which they swore.
So, in order to obviously make something illegal, we would have to write a bill for it.
Okay.
So, I know that our office is, I know, very concerned about this issue, specifically representing North Texas. And so, we right now we're meeting you know um, with constituents, and obviously, of course, religious liberty groups and of course, obviously, conservative members within Texas politics to make sure that we can best tackle this situation and represent the needs of our constituents.
Well, legislation is not required when there's a guarantee in the Constitution. Right after Article 1, 2, and 3, Article 4 is a protection against invasion of our rights. It's not a religious liberty thing because the freedom of religion for our founders, there were 1,500 denominations of Protestants at the time, and the freedom of religion that they intended was for that and not other religions that are directly opposed to our form. So somebody's got to wise up on this, and hopefully you have a researcher there that can understand, because violating or aiding and abetting an enemy is, as Cox expounded at the time that the Constitution was written, is a matter of high treason if you enable people to do what they are guaranteed not to do.
And our office understands that, and I'm very happy that you've called to to mention this and to voice your concern and to um, I recommend reaching out to as many offices as you can. Um, I know that, again, Rep. Cook is very concerned about the influx and the invasion of Sharia law in the state of Texas. And so I know that, obviously, of course, the Sharia law caucus right now is, they're meeting on ways to basically to be able to mitigate and to prohibit um, this in Texas.
Okay.
Obviously, of course, I know that because the caucus was just created, recently. There are there's they're just starting out, um, and obviously, of course, we're getting new information every day. So, I encourage you to stay involved, and know that Representative Cook is very, very concerned about this, and that he doesn't take this issue lightly either.
Okay. It's a guarantee in the Constitution, Article 4, Section 4. Just
Yes, sir. I
make
hear
him
you.
aware of that and get him to research. And actually, Jefferson used it 3 years after he became president to obliterate the Barbary pirates. So it's the
Yes,
same
sir.
sort of situation that we face right now. And if we just write legislation, as Blackstone, who taught all of our founders 11 years before they wrote the Declaration, when you rewrite laws that are already written, when you rewrite Article 4, Section 4, you have forfeited both. And with the time we have left, it seems very crucial that we know what we swore an oath to.
Yes, sir. And this is something that I know that members within the legislature are interested in putting in the Texas Constitution. So I know that this is also something that caucus is interested in pursuing, so that it's within the Texas Constitution as well. So, again, I'm happy to pass this on to the representative, and of course, mention all the things that you've brought up as well.
Okay. So do you know the first sentence in the Texas GOP primary or Texas GOP platform principles?
You'll have to remind me, sir.
It exactly applies to this. It's exactly like what the Declaration's first sentence is. Laws of nature and nature's guide, creation and the Bible. And Blackstone again, and our founders understood specifically that's why they placed it as the first principle in the U.S. Constitution, U.S. law, and why I actually got it placed as the first principle in the GOP platform. That is that no human laws should be suffered to contradict these, which is creation and the Bible. And when we allow heathen groups in here to take advantage of our weakness and our ignorance to help them settle and thrive as enemies within, we just can't comport with that. So anyway, I'm sorry I'm not better able to express myself, but that's the situation as I see it, and it's just.
No, of course, sir. I myself have been, Plano and, Arlington, and the DFW area up there, and have personally seen it myself. So,
Yeah.
your concerns are not unfounded, and your concerns are, the representative, he lives in Mansfield, and he's in North Texas, you know, dealing with business in the district regularly, and so he sees it as well. And so, right now we're trying to plan something strategic and not give anyone an edge, essentially, to really, make sure that this invasion no longer, is no, that basically the invasion of Sharia law is no longer, or that Sharia law is just not welcome in Texas. Um, so, again, I'm happy to pass this on to the representative. And, if you ever need anything from our office, please feel free to reach out again.
Okay, so all these Muslims needed to be deported and their properties confiscated because we are in a situation of war, and we have a Article 4, Section 4 that guarantees protection against that. So we are not in a legislative situation. We are actually in a war situation, and I appreciate you taking my comments.
Yes, sir. You have a good day now.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye.